A lot of you people are still under prophets of Baal and don't get what's happening because they're not going to be honest with you. Let me break it down. In the reading of Jeremiah 51 and 50, this is the fall of Babylon. It tells you that all the evil will be returned to them because of what they did to our people. And here it also tells you, you see the Jews, the Hebrews, excuse me, they're in Babylon, and it talks about King Nebuchadnezzar. So now when you do the gematria, which is interesting, of Nebuchadnezzar, it says Trump. And Nebuchadnezzar died at 80 years of age, and Trump just turned 80. So it also tells you here that in this reading, as punishment for what they did to us, that Babylon's water supply is to be dried up. And that's what's happening with the data centers, right? Also in the scripture, it tells you that you see what because what they did to our people, they killed us, Babylon will be killed. This is the Civil War. This is the city going under the water. That's a tsunami that's coming to the East Coast. Earthquake will be coming to the West Coast.
It's a very dangerous profession. No, I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I don't really care because I'm doing my job and I'm doing it, I hope, better than anybody's ever done it because we have a country that's hot and really, really successful. But I mention it only because it's on the list. I mean, it came out. There was another list came out yesterday, and I'm number one on. I like being number one on TikTok better, but I'm number one on the list for killing.
President Trump says if he is taken out by Iran, he has left instructions to bomb them at levels never seen before.
So in the reading of Matthew 24, when Jehoshua tells his people to run to the hills of Jehudah, okay, this already took place. So Jehoshua was from the tribe of Jehudah. So that's the last kingdom to fall because they knew that once he got killed, that they were going to come after all the believers, and that's what they did, killed them, and we took our books and we wrote them. So this was when he told us to run to the hills. Okay, so we don't have to run to the hills again. So now this is the reading of Psalms. This is this time. Psalms 11. And it tells you, how dare you tell me, flee to the mountains for safety when I am trusting in Adonai. For the wicked have strung their bows, draw their arrows, tied against the bowstrings, and aim them from ambush at the people of Jehovah. Law and order have collapsed. You see, that's what's happening right now. Law and order is collapsing. We are told, what can the righteous do but flee? But Adonai is still in his holy temple, Kadesh temple, excuse me. He still rules from heaven. He closes watches everything that happens here on earth. He puts the righteous and the wicked to the test. He hates those loving violence. He will rain down fire and brimstone on the wicked and scorch them with his burning wind. For Adonai is good. Jehovah is good, and he loves goodness, and godly sees his face. So you see, so fire and brimstone is going to fall upon this nation because the earth is reserved for fire. So the first time when Jehoshua said that, he was speaking to the southern kingdom that they were going to come after you. So now Daddy's with us. This is the Exodus. So we don't have to fly anywhere or flee anywhere to the mountains because Daddy is going to be fighting for us. This is Psalms 11. So Daddy's cleaning all our lands. The East Coast will be hit by a tsunami. West Coast is going to be a huge earthquake, because that is where Daddy's holy temple, Mount Zion, Jerusalem, is on the west coast of America. So in the reading Ezekiel 37, it tells you that this is when Daddy wakes up his children. 38, Gog and Magog, China and Russia, they're here taking us and trying to enslave us again and stealing all our lands. That's what they're doing. All the lands back movements, they were taking our lands and water rights back, and they're trying to take our lands back away from us. Okay, and it tells you right here in the reading of Ezekiel 38, it talks about Joshua, and it talks about how Daddy is what he's doing, and he's setting people up. So all these nations, the United Nations, and all these people that come here, all these foreign soldiers, they're here, they're going to die. Because it's a snare. Because Daddy always, from the beginning of time, he always had our enemies fight each other. So you see how the white supremacist movements are rising up. This Israeli soldiers are here. The Muslim uprising, the Hebrew Israelites, they're all going to kill each other. Because it was the Arabs there behind the slave trade from the very beginning. When they sold Joseph off in the beginning of the scriptures to the Arabs, that's what Ishmael became, the Arab nation. So they're going to be enslaved now to the AI system. So the reason they're here is because now they're going to be enslaved to the AI system, because they get a double portion of the bitter cup. Well, anyway, in this scripture, it tells you that there's going to be a huge earthquake. You see, all things shall quake and terror, because the earthquake is coming. When you see Gog and Magog in our lands, which they're here, this is when the earthquake is going to take place. Daddy tells them that we will bury them, Gog and Magog, in our lands. So now, this talks about an exodus of our people. Okay? In this exodus, it tells you that when this takes place, that there was an earthquake that took place. So this is the second exodus. A second earthquake is going to happen. Psalm 68. O Yahuwah, when you lead your people through the wilderness, the earth trembled and the heavens shook. Mount Sinai quailed, because that's where the double is. Because Daddy used to be in Mount Sinai, and now he is in Mount Zion in the Americas. And it tells you before you and Yahuwah of Jasharel. You see, so it's going to be a big earthquake that's going to take place in our lands. Also, it tells you in the reading of 137, Psalms, it tells you, the destruction of Babylon, because his children are in Babylon. And who was here before it got colonized? His children, because Babylon is America, wake up. That includes the islands. Because Puerto Rico, the Tainos were called Yahuwah, Yaya. And I'm going to share scripture with you guys, because it says Yaya in it. Okay? And it tells you, Babylon, the evil beast, you shall be destroyed. Blessed is the man who destroys you as you have destroyed us. Blessed is the man who takes your babies and smashes them against the rocks. Why does it say that? Because the Spaniards took the Tainos' babies and smashed them against the rocks, Daddy's children, a double portion of the bitter cup.
Hey, TikTok, I told you, they always show it to us in the movies before they do it to us. For instance, you know that movie, How It Ends, with Forrest Whitaker and Theo James? Whenever Theo James in the movie, went to the airport and all of those flights was canceled, there was a news broadcast on the TV. Now, Let's talk about it.
We have some breaking news coming for you right now. We have unconfirmed reports this morning of a large seismic event off the Southern California coast.
Hold up. Did she just say catastrophic seismic event off the Southern California coast?
Unconfirmed reports this morning of a large seismic event off the Southern California coast.
Yep, that's what she said. Now, did you pay attention to the caption across the screen of that broadcast? Don't forget, a few thousand people just died from a heat wave in Europe.
Communication outages as well. I want to stress this is all preliminary.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't I just say that the death toll rises in European heat wave?
As well. I want to stress this is all preliminary. We are.
Yep, that's exactly what it said. And did the rolling caption at the bottom of the screen say something about Trump meeting with Putin? Isn't Trump about to meet with Putin? What the?
As well, I want to stress this is all preliminary. We are reporting this just as we are learning.
Do you have a question for President Putin, please?
Пане президенте, чи можете ви
Do you have a question for President Putin? Not Zelensky. Putin. Yeah, what would you like to ask him? Because I'm going to ask him that question.
Wow. I love my imagic nation. I love connecting dots. But isn't it amazing how it said something about the European heat wave and the death toll with people dying in Europe right now from the heat? And then it also spoke about Trump having a meeting with Putin. And just today, that video came out. And also the seismic activity in Southern California. Did you all forget there was a 6.0 in Baja, California, Southern Cal, around the time the 7.2 and 7.0 earthquakes hit Venezuela? I've already warned you all about these earthquakes coming, especially Venezuela and California. But hey, like I always say, they got to show it to you before they do it to you. And here's more proof. But as always, TikTok, this is just my imagination running away with me. None of this is facts. It's all fiction. We're just having fun with the script that I wrote for my new movie. Because I told you, I'm trying to be a great producer, like Spielberg, only better.